Thank you to all of our members for supporting this channel, especially the Lords and Commanders. If you're interested in extra battle reports and helping to support this channel, hit the link in the description box below. Go check out our channel partners, Baron of Dice and Grey Matter Games. They have some amazing products. There will be promo codes and links in the description box below.
All right, what's up and welcome back, Wargamers. This is Battleshock Wargames weekly talk show. The name in progress, possibly Hammer and Anvil Hour. I am your host, Andrew, and I'm happy to be joined with Michael, the Oakheart Sentinel, and the Supreme Lord of the Undead himself, David Devro. It says here in the script, it says, it would be funny to change nicknames every week.
Yes. That way, if we're not happy with the nickname that you arbitrarily gave us without talking to us about it, we can change it.
That was Michael that wrote that script. I just read it nearly verbatim to embarrass him.
I do like Supreme Lord of the Undead. That's pretty sick. So I will take that.
All right.
That was great.
All right. We got a few people in chat. Remember to follow and share if you haven't done so already, but I'm sure that if you're already here, you have done so already. And yeah, we're working to build this out, do this stream, and then do paint streams, and then do discussion streams. And when 4th edition drops, we're going to do a lot of rules reviews and things like that.
So many streams.
So many streams.
Amazing. I'm so excited.
Yes. It's a veritable watershed of streams.
There's a lot of streaming going on.
Don't do it. We're going to have to take a bathroom break in the middle of this. We keep talking about streams.
All right. Oh, Michael, what have you been doing? What have you been up to, my friend?
Man, it has been a super busy week for me. We got Night Haunt reinforcements showed up this week, so we got that Warcry box with the shooty Night Haunt, which is kind of cool. And we got a black coach finally. We haven't had a black coach in the collection forever, so that showed up, and I got some paint on that. Really excited to build the unit of Wilder Core Hunters.
Mm-hmm.
But most of my week has been taken over with my personal life, and that's puppies. For those who don't know, my house is just full of dogs. So we're going to just talk about Michael's new puppies here for the next 30 seconds. Look at them! Oh my goodness.
They're dogs.
They are German. They're German short hair pointers. And we got 2 of them. My wife said, I'm going to go out for 1 dog. And she came back with 2. That was last stream. So we have Leela and Sasha. Leela has the socks. And then, Andrew, you have the rest of my dogs on here.
Yeah, I have all your dogs on here. So
yeah. Who else you got?
You got Bowser.
That's Bowser.
Yes.
He's a good boy.
And then this is Capone.
Yep.
Hello, Chris. Welcome aboard.
Welcome to the show.
This is the crazy one.
It's Max. Maximum effort.
Yes.
So my plan with the Wilder Core Hunters is just to paint them, like, there's 5 dogs. We have 5 dogs. I'm going to paint them to match all of the doggos.
Oh.
And then when I'm done here, I want to put a new Discord channel in so that people can just dump their photos of their dogs, because it just makes my day better, just seeing people's animals and cats.
Yeah.
Just love it.
Yeah. Yes, that would be a great asset to the Discord. Always need a plug of pets. That's what the internet was made for.
Andrew, did you get your cat picture in here?
I don't. So I uploaded it with my iPhone, and it was uploaded in that Apple, like the special Apple format. But he does look very adorable. Yeah. So once I figure out how to translate it over, I'll put it in there. But yeah, I do have 1 cat, and he has been especially annoying lately. Like, he'll come over when I'm on my computer. He'll come over and just like tap me. He's like, hey, and it's like until I play with him, and then I'll stop playing with him. And he comes over and he like taps me. It's just like, yeah. Lately, especially, he's just been getting at me. But he's sleeping right now. So one day, I hope during the streams to have a cat cam on his that I can turn on to show him sleeping or being annoying or whatever he's doing. On my end, I haven't been doing a whole lot of hobbying lately. But I've done a few things for the stream, helping you guys out. We got the Monday stream last Monday, which we all did. And I also
so
came over
fun.
to, yeah, it was a lot of fun. So we're doing this one. And I went over to Michael's place on Thursday, and we got him all set up for a hobby stream. And while we were testing it, we got like 8 people following us on and chatting with us on the stream, which is really awesome. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna try and get like a regularly scheduled hobby time with Michael, and also just whenever he feels like he can just put on a stream while painting, he can just go ahead and do that and get a few people to come on. We're currently like chasing affiliate, so we want to make sure we can stream 7 times a month. So that'll help a lot, and coming out and hanging out and just while you're painting, chatting with Michael, things like that. Could be a lot of fun. And then
And then my wife force fed you.
what was that? Yeah, and then Michael's wife force fed me some really good burgers, with the with the waffle fried cheese onions. There's a special name for them, chaffle, right?
Waffles is what she calls them. Yeah,
Cheese waffle fried onions
with
on the
onion.
burger. They're really good. Yeah, and then Saturday went over to David's place and we filmed the battle report. So it's going to be Idoneth versus Ogres coming out at the end of May, so you all can see that.
How long did that battle report take to film?
Not very
Not
long.
8.5 hours. I think it was. I think we were around 6.5 for that one.
Nice.
Start to finish.
We started at 2, finished around 8:30. Yeah, something like that. And I picked up some snacks. I realized that charcuterie is really good for when you film a battle report, like because you can get hungry and grumpy. So just having cheese and salami and crackers while you're filming, like fortunately you guys can't smell my breath while filming, but you know, it made me a lot.
I
hungrier.
could. Just kidding. Yeah,
It just seems fancier.
Yes, it is fancier too. Fancier.
Well, it's a Lunchable. It's a very large Lunchable from the grocery store, and Andrew calls it charcuterie. But if for those of you who don't know what that word means, just imagine lots of cheese and crackers and meat.
Yeah, there's one like really annoying like 100 Flowers ad or something like that where they talk about charcuterie, and it's like, oh, he's your brother-in-law that really loves charcuterie, and so that just got stuck in my head. So that's why I always use that word now.
If there's no fancy pickles or olives, is it even charcuterie? Or the manzanata olives? You know, where are the pickled asparagus or something? I don't know. Pickled cauliflower.
Next time I'll bring a jar of kosher dills while we film.
Yeah, dude.
All right. The adult, it was essentially adult Lunchables. Yes. Yeah, David, what have you been doing hobby-wise? I know you've told me a lot about this on Saturday, so tell everybody.
You guys can't see what I'm holding here because it's very small. It's the smallest little shield captain that has ever led the Adeptus Custodes. I'm thinking about making a 3D print of my own face so I could pop that head on there. But I am, for no particular reason, building a giant Custodes army. When I heard that their new battle tome, or what do they call it? Codex.
Codex,
When I heard that it was terrible, I was like, "That's the army for me." So I went ahead and spent $1,000 on it. So I've got pretty much everything in the line aside from the heavies and the Forge World stuff. So I'm going to be building that and painting it. It's looking really nice. I'm going to do a little escalation league just to mix it up because we play lots of Age of Sigmar. And then maybe we'll even play a 40K battle report once I get these beautiful boys painted. They're looking really fun though. Next week when we do stream, I'll have some progress pics because I'll actually have some stuff to show off. But so that's what I'm working on for hobby-wise. And then I just finished editing a battle report that Matt Melendez and Michael did. It's Michael running Crethusa and the Daughters of Cain versus 18 Croxagore. And very fun, engaging game. Really, really good game. I hope you guys can check it out. It's going to drop on Wednesday, so we'll have a live premiere and we can all hang out together.
Yes. The scales
other than that, yes.
versus the
Other than
scales of
that,
reptiles. Sorry, had a pun.
oh, that's
Never
okay.
mind.
No, finish your thought.
All right. Well, now okay. I said the scales of fate versus the regular scales of reptiles. That was my thought that I interrupted you for.
You nailed it. And that's all I'm working on. Back to you, Andrew.
Oh no. All right. Well, yeah. We can go into community news now, which I know the big community news is Kendrick Lamar versus Drake, but we're going to go into the Warhammer community news.
Right, the Warhammer.
What is going on
Yeah.
in the wonderful world of Warhammer?
Yes, that should be this one right here. All right. We had last week an article explaining how endless spells work. And now Michael and David, you guys had a lot of thoughts about these.
Well, we love
Oh, yeah.
endless spells. Very exciting new set of rules. Not only will you be able to banish and engage them with casters and priests, you will also be able to fight them with your mitts, which I absolutely love. It's thematic. It's fun. It's like, do I want to waste some time killing this endless spell, or do I want to go do something else? You could just turn around and punch it now, which is super fun. And I love that it adds a little bit more capability for non-magic armies to deal with endless spells. So they're like, just use their raw strength to banish them with their fists, which is fantastic. Oh yes, that's right. Chris, it's a manifestation. My bad. Manifestation.
So you can banish or beat them up.
Yes, it's so cool.
I love the image of like a Gitz running up to the purple sun and be like, I'm gonna punch that in the face. It's
it's
yeah, I think
fantastic, dude.
so great, man.
Yeah.
I also love that you can punch people's terrain, which is great. If you've read the War Scroll for the pizza oven for Fire Slayers, it has a ward, which is so funny. It's like there's just this fancy aura around the pizza oven that you still get a save, which is kind of cool. There's just so many fun little things that we're going to be able to do. So I think that's a big win for the rules. It's just really interesting and weird and different.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll balance them around because they're all free, correct? Or you take a manifestation lore, correct?
You take a manifestation lore, the manifestation lores are free. We don't know currently if you can take multiple manifestation lures, but you can choose like your faction specific one, or you can choose one of the generic ones, and then you'll have access to like 3 or 4 different endless manifestations, which I really like. Rob was talking about on the Honest Wargamer how it creates a really interesting place where they can design good rules. I like it a lot. I think it looks really good. Did my camera fall off? What did you do?
I just destroyed everything. My camera froze and I unplugged it, and then it just there we go. There we go. All right, we're back.
Nice.
Sorry about that.
Okay. So I really
hello.
like that.
Thank you for joining us, Andrew.
I do want you to scroll down to Tree Song though.
Yes. All right. Tree Song. Right. There we go.
So Tree Song, they're not really talking about what the Awakened Wildwood is going to be doing for Sylvaneth, but they're talking about what one of our spells is going to be doing, which is bringing in more Wildwoods. What I'm a little nervous about is in this article they talk about how critical the Wildwood is to Sylvaneth, and then they're also at the same time talking about how they're going to make it easier to destroy those Wildwoods. I'm a little concerned about that. There's been a lot of talk in the Sylvaneth groups in the Sylvaneth community at large about like what does this mean for the future. It's too early to like panic, but I am mildly concerned that they're going to link all of our battle traits to something that can just be deleted.
Yeah, that would suck to be the forest army when people can actually cut down the trees.
Right.
Sure, because historically, when people haven't played against Sylvaneth before, they're like, and I will, on a 3-up, destroy your terrain. And it's like, that's great. That does nothing. It
It
does
does
nothing.
nothing.
It just means that you might not take a couple mortal wounds. It doesn't stop the mobility, the hyper mobility of the army. To be fair, I think that those wildwoods are very hard to deal with for multiple AOS armies, and it's kind of an interesting game of I lose a unit, and then I try to be defensive for another turn, and then I lose another unit until you can get to the midboard and deal with the Sylvaneth army. But that is a big piece of their identity, so I hope that they do something fun and interesting with it. But yes, being able to destroy a terrain feature that means so much for your army is a big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if you lose a pizza oven, you lose a pizza oven. But if your whole identity is built around this one faction terrain, that's problematic. I do love the chat called out that like not having to have a monster to get rid of a terrain feature is much better.
Very freeing. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just at the last tournament we went to, dude, I was so starved without a monster in my list. It might be the first time I've ever played a GT without a monster, and boy, was I missing having that utility there. You don't realize how much utility there actually is in having a monster until there is not a single one in your list.
Yeah. Yeah. So I hope they keep. We'll see what happens with monsters' actions and stuff. I hope they stay around. But it's nice to have certain things when the only way to deal with them is to bring X unit is. It's that I hope that gets minimized in this new edition.
Right. I think what they're going for here is we would like every army in the game to have some kind of answer for specific abilities. So that traditionally is very difficult to balance with the way that faction terrains work. Some armies don't have faction terrains, some armies do, and they are very difficult for another army to deal with. Now it's like, okay, I might not be able to get rid of endless spells as well as a army that has spellcasters in it, or an army that has no monsters regarding the terrain, but I do have play and I can deal with this if I need to. And it's going to make people think a lot more with how they play endless spells and where they place their terrain on the board. Just knowing that, like, okay, I can throw Jaws into you and do some mortal wounds in your turn, and then you're going to go and pop it. Especially if there's nothing else around for them to engage. It's like, well, I'm just going to slap that off the table real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pretty interesting, dude. I'm very excited about it. That's probably the most interesting and engaging thing that I've read about the new edition so far is these manifestations. I'm pretty hot on that.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll be tuned down a little bit as well. Like now that everybody can deal with them, and if they're free, magic armies can still be pretty dominant if they affect the game massively. So I'm hoping that you'll see them kind of toned down a little bit. They might. My prediction is that they might be pretty similar to where they were before because they're saying that everybody can deal with them now with the health and save for the manifestations, but you might see them tone them down as they realize that the purple sun's still a purple sun, stuff like that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep. Endless spells have gone way down in strength though in this or not in this edition, in this GHB I would say, is because those primal dice, it's just so easy to get rid of an endless. Like you get like one good pop with it, and if they have even one primal dice, it's going goodbye next turn. You know what I mean? So yeah, they're fun. Magic is great.
Yes. Whoa. Okay. Moving on, we got the new models today. The Skaven Jezzails. I was looking forward to these guys popping out.
So cool.
They are awesome. It's one of those models where I haven't seen the old one in a while, so I look at it and I'm like, oh, that's a Jezzail. But if you are familiar with them, I'm gonna pull up the old model.
The old model is rough.
Same, but
the
better.
old model is so rough that I refused to buy it.
Oh wow. Yeah.
And I 3D printed some because I was like, there's no way I'm buying that because they're going to fix it. And I also like what the Discord was talking about today, where they updated the model. They made it still clearly look like a Jezzail, and then they didn't put a million little doodads all over it.
That's true. Yeah, you don't, because they're a horde army, and I've painted ad mech before, and if you have a horde army that has a bunch of random details, it's really irritating. So yeah, this
Right.
is the old one. You can see just those perfectly derpy rat faces, and the
Mm-hmm.
new one's just so cleaned up and so nice, and the barrel that actually kind of, yeah, oof. Just, yeah, and this is such a big.
It's a very solid upgrade.
Yeah, and I'm so happy with this because, like, yeah, this was part of the Skaven identity. Like, I remember reading battle reports in the White Dwarf in like 2003, and just like the Jezzails were the things. Like, oh, the Jezzails shot, they did a thing, and like, I'm happy they're back. I am a tiny bit concerned when I saw their rules. I don't know if you guys want to speak on that. I might be overreacting,
Yeah,
but
we can talk about that because I thought they were almost they sounded very similar to what they are now.
yes, what's the Rend right now? Um,
2.
Rend
They're Ren
2?
too.
2 damage?
They're
Okay.
just like Raptor. They're just like Raptors,
Just like
dude.
Raptors, yeah. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, it's the same thing. I don't know, like, it's probably the points value is why people weren't bringing them. I don't know anything about Skaven much. But the idea of spamming these guys kind of scares me in the back of my mind. I don't know if you guys can assure me, like, what about them has prevented them from being spammed recently.
Their fragility
So
and their points cost.
Yeah.
they're pointed, I think, aggressively. It's and they're just as fragile. It's that they're outshined by warp lightning cannons.
Mm-hmm.
Really, any
Right,
shooting, right? Because they only have one
they're
shot.
right. They're one shot, but they're competing for the same spot because they've been tagged as artillery, and they probably should have never been artillery.
So the attacks are going to double to 2 attacks apiece.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this kind of tells me that, you know, they say they're going to tone. Did they say that they were going to tone down shooting, or did we just get that hinted from somewhere?
No, they said it.
They said
They
it.
said
said
that they
shooting was being
shortened
toned down.
ranges.
Shortened
So
ranges. Okay.
don't be surprised if you see no 30-inch ranges. Probably all the hyper long range stuff like this,
Mm-hmm.
24 inches. I wouldn't be surprised if it's even a little less, like 18. So you have to like put them in a good position, but you also have to focus on like screening and making sure that they stay safe for a couple turns so they can do their thing. Probably 24 though.
The Giselle hero that they previewed that has essentially the same gun, I think, is 24.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That makes a lot of sense.
Chris, double check that for us. What was the range, Chris, on the Giselle hero?
Yeah. Pretty sure it was 24, might have been 30, but yeah. Cool. And if you still love the old models,
I'm digging
still
them.
bring the old models.
Yeah, everyone's still going to know what they are, so you don't have to rush out and complain and replace them if you don't want to. But I think they're doing a great job. I'm looking forward to seeing the rest of the reveals, and we're going to see them like this week.
Yeah, we got the was it the 18th was the day?
I think it's the 16th.
16th. Yeah, 16th.
Yeah.
For the massive, so that'll be the full box reveal and maybe some miscellaneous Warcry stuff, right? Probably won't see any other AoS stuff aside from the box.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cool.
Check that out. Hold on, scroll down.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to preview the rules with a master class on 4th edition with Skaven and Lumineth. So we're going to see a preview of some Lumineth rules as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. This will be at the Dallas Open, and it will be a. It looks like it will be a stream on their Twitch.
Yeah, that's going to be worth watching.
That's going to be cool. Awesome. I think that is the day of my brother's wedding, but you know, it's just a wedding.
Cancel.
Dude, he might have a couple more in the future. You don't know.
Yeah.
You got friends who have had more than one of those.
Yeah. Cool. let's see what's next on the agenda here today.
It's the tier list. It's our very first
It's
tier
our
list.
very first tier list. All right, let's see if I can get this working. We are doing a tier list. Michael, you are the mind behind this tier list, so why don't you go ahead and explain to the folks at home what we are tier listing today.
Okay, so what we are tier listing today are the best dogs of Sigmar, with the start of the stream being about dogs and puppies, and that's all I've been thinking about all week with the new additions to the family. I wanted to go through all of the dogs of Sigmar and rank them S tier to D tier, and this there is no official. Is it based off power? Is it based off most likely to be your best friend? Don't really care. However we feel, we're going to arbitrarily put these guys in a tier list, but it's going to be the only and definitive tier list of all dogs in Sigmar.
Mm-hmm.
I love
Yeah,
this. Let's go.
I spent way too much time pulling out every dog.
Yes.
So let's do it.
Let's all thank Michael's work today for not giving him a hard day. All right, and start things off with the classic, the Gryph-hound. Where would you guys rate the Gryph-hound?
Dave, where is the Gryph-hound rank?
Okay, let's break this into pieces. In-game
part-
playability, aesthetic, and just how much I like the model. Okay. That just screams C to me.
C?
I've been looking at him for 8 years, and
Yep.
it just right when I look at it, I go C. That's my opinion.
Okay.
I would say C. He's not great on the tabletop. He's really cool aesthetically. Like, you'll put him in as a flavor pick if you want him. He's kind of cool with the knight with the big crossbow or the big arrow and bow. But, like, when was the last time anyone took a unit of Gryph-hounds?
3 years ago, I heard a stream on AOS Coach of a guy that went 4-1 with a bunch of dragons. Took like 6 dragons, and then he took a couple units of these just so things couldn't deep strike around him, which was kind of fun. And then he took an assassin in there. Very, very, very skew type of unit. It's very expensive for how many wounds you get, but it literally just tells people you can't go here because nobody is going to be like, I'll go ahead and go over here and let you shoot into me, right? So. Yeah, they're cool though, and I love how they have a presence everywhere. It's like canines with police officers. You know what I'm saying? They're just with every single like hero, and they're on sculptures in the terrain, and they just like you can really tell that that is their dog, right?
Mhm.
So really
Yeah.
cool. I like the idea of buying a unit of them because so you have the different like alternate poses and stuff like that because we all have like 5 of these sitting around and they're the same 2 models.
Yeah.
But yes, Gryph-hounds are cool, and what's great is they grow into giant animals that they can ride later on. So imagine if your dog grew into a horse and you were like, I'm gonna ride you now, buddy. That's what they do with those little guys.
Yeah.
I have Max. I can't imagine that. He's a 90-pound pit bull. Yeah. I could ride that dude in a battle. So C tier for the Gryph-hound.
Yeah,
Yep.
I think I'll
Size.
agree. I kind of feel like he is the basic dog, like the kind of the standard. I would have gone for B tier, but I feel like I could flex down to C just because he's like basic.
Well, you can. Why don't you drag him in between B and C, dude?
Absolutely not. Pick one.
We're the first person. We're the first people to ever do this in a tier list.
We're
It's
just
a
gonna
beast.
throw everything. Have the messiest tier list of any stream. Just throw things all over the place.
Nailed it.
All right.
Problem solved. We'll see if we have enough room for all of these pictures. What's next?
All right. Let's grab. I'm gonna grab this little guy. He's a newbie.
Oh,
This one is the the char magma. Like, what do we call him?
Kindle Flame. This is the Kindle
Kindle
Flame
Okay.
from the what is it? The Volkite Seekers? Wolf Seekers? It's the Warcry box for the Fire Slayers,
That is
and
also a Pokemon
he's
name.
so cute.
He is very adorable.
He looks
He's-
ferocious too. Here's the
Well,
thing that
I think
bothers me about these little companions is they always die first. And that's so sad, dude. Like I'm gonna
right, but
definitely
then you
kill
can
the
take the
Sigmar
moral
off.
high ground. Like as soon as he dies, you just, what are you doing, man? You're killing my dog, and then you go full John Wick.
Yep. He has a
Yeah, dude.
use. He has a purpose.
I love that model. That's easy A for me.
Easy A.
I don't need to
You
explain
say.
myself. Look at it. Look at it. It's
All right.
amazing.
What
I
are you
say
thinking,
A.
Michael?
I was gonna put him as a B, but if pure aesthetics bumps him to an A for Dave, I'll stand behind Dave. We can put him in as A.
All
We
right.
always reserve the right to bump him down later.
Yes. Yes. That's how these go. Awesome. Cool. Next up, we have. Is the best dog a dog? The World of Core Hunters. There's 5 dogs in here. I personally really love them. They are, your basic dog. They don't have any fantasy twists, but they have so much character to them. I like the one that's sniffing the ground, and then I like the one that's running because he blocked like a Terrorgeist from getting into my turtle when I took him as an ally into Idoneth. And so I painted him red and made him Clifford, the red dog. This one looks like Bowser.
He definitely looks very Bowser to me.
Yeah.
Which is why I selected that one. But he is just a basic dog. He doesn't do anything very interesting. He is the first one to die. Like they have great character, but I wouldn't put him at higher than a C tier. I think he's a good boy, but I think he's C tier.
But good boy's not good enough.
Not good enough. Not on this list.
No, it's just like
This is
like if you said who is the best warrior
I was
in the
expecting
Army of Order.
I was expecting a dog tier list to be like, oh, he's a good boy. We'll put him in. He's a good boy too. But we're just gonna be like, no, it's not good enough, man.
No, dude, he's just basic before any performance enhancing drugs or any
Wow.
any chaotic energies or
Well, there are some
like
big.
that. He's beautiful.
There's some heavy hitters coming too.
All right. Well, I'm putting him in B tier because I've used the World of Core Hunters and pulling these guys first and guilting your opponent about them, and then
how many dead dogs have you had so far?
Too many
Andrew?
dead dogs.
So sad.
I say that this guy's better than the Kindle Flame.
Kindle. Okay.
But that's just to be contrary now.
The other thing
I think
I love
the
about
sculpt
these
is better.
What is that?
But the Kindle Flame is way cooler. The sculpt is better.
Way cooler?
But the Kindle Flame is way cooler, dude. Like,
Yeah.
look at him. He's just a little pile of energy.
David just wants to play
Chat.
Pokemon.
Chat says he's S tier. We have
Chat
2
says
votes
he's
for
an
S tier in chat.
There's 2 S tier.
Wow.
Yeah.
Controversial.
We'll put him between. We'll put him here.
Okay, the chat has swayed us into A tier. Is that what we're gonna do? Okay, he's AB.
AB.
Nah, put him in A. Just at least put him in A. I think he's better than the Kindle Flame, which means he should at least be A tier.
Okay.
So we're putting.
Maybe we need to reassess. This is hard.
This is hard.
Why are we doing a tier list, you guys? My brain. Okay. Kindle Flame.
You guys are putting way
down to
more
B.
thought and effort into this than I thought you would. I thought it was going to be like clear C and then
We
move
are
on.
way too
No
indecisive
explanation.
here. How many more of these we got? 100?
About
We have 20.
16, 20, yeah.
Okay.
So 17, go.
Moving
Next
on.
up is, all right, we're talking about this squig right here, right?
The Sneaky Snuffler.
Sneaky Snuffler. I like that nose a lot.
This little Snuffler will go find mushrooms for you that make you impervious to pain.
And then he'll eat you.
And then, he doesn't eat you.
Oh, he doesn't.
That's the Squiggo. This guy he finds treats for you.
That's true.
Yeah, he's kind of like a truffle pig.
Mm. That reminds
Okay.
me
But
of...
So he's closer to a
I'd say this
truffle
is...
pig. So I'm gonna say D tier.
D tier.
Whoa!
Because he's not a dog? He's a pig?
Because
Yeah.
he's less
Look at that
dog-like?
nose, dude. That's clearly a pig, man. Now, if we're talking companions, I feel like they probably abuse these little things a lot, and that makes me sad. So I'm gonna say D.
All right, where are you at, Michael? You look
I
perturbed.
wanted B. I wanted B. I thought this guy was cute. He's got a face that only a mother
He is
can love.
cute.
He's helpful. He's getting you snacks. I don't know what's not to love. Like, if Bowser brought me snacks as well as be cute, he'd be S tier.
The snacks would have drool all over them. Well, we got a lot of controversy here.
Right, Andrew, you're the deciding factor.
I'm gonna put him
Be
top
decisive.
of C for now. Be decisive. Oh dear, dude, me with
Top
a
of
tier
C.
list.
Okay. All right.
All right, we'll
Something's
top of
got to
C.
go in D, dude. Something's
Yeah,
got to go
Alright.
in D.
we'll get
It's
there.
not him
All
though.
right.
Okay. All right. It's fine. It's fine.
What do we got? This guy.
Who's next?
This is a cat. Michael, this is a cat.
This is from the
What is
Untamed
that?
Beast. That's the guy from the Untamed Beast. That's Slaves to Darkness. He's their doggo lion dog thing.
I have never seen this model before. My mind is blown.
Oh, yeah.
I love this model.
How is he a companion
Slaves
if
to
he's not
Darkness.
tamed?
They're all untamed. You can't
All
tame them.
untamed.
Why?
I think he's
Does
like a
he
little
have a
baby
lion?
manticore.
Look how small though. Like that's like a
Un
lion
pequeño
head,
manticore.
but it's on a 25 mil base, dude. Wild.
Yeah.
I've never seen this model. I've never like picked up on it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this model.
B tier.
B tier?
E tier.
D tier?
It's barely a dog.
Yeah, it's
Not a
cat.
dog.
It's a
I would be
cat,
happy if you would put it in D tier, even though I like it.
but cats are better
He's
than dogs,
like-
so all right.
Bowser, be louder.
Daskar says it's a goat lion. I think that's a pretty good observation. So goat lions are not the best dog in Age of Sigmar. A D.
Did it have any hooves?
It has horns. All right,
All
next
right.
up,
What's next?
another dog. Wait, is there another dog on this base? Are you talking about this guy and referencing him as doggish, or are you talking about Radikar the Beast and his wolf-like nature, or are you talking about
Radikar the
fur
Beast
on his
himself.
shoulder? Okay, we're talking
Radikar
Radikar
the Beast
the
himself.
Beast himself. As a ranking for a dog,
Dadakar.
Chadakar.
Yeah. He's one of the most powerful dogs, right?
But he's not
He's-
eating you mushrooms.
He is the epitome. If we're looking at like biological evolution, dude, this guy's got it all, bro. Like this dog will protect you if he likes you. Look, he almost looks like he's a daddy to that Vicros Bloodborne down there. He's filling up his goblet with his own blood, which is super metal, and I absolutely love it. But it almost looks like he's reaching up to hold hands with him, like, walk me across the street, Dad. I love
Yeah.
this. I love that you thought outside the box and made this for the tier list. It is the most important
Now-
tier list that anyone will ever watch. I say S,
Chat-
dude.
Chat does call out. He does lose points for not being cute.
Yes, and you cannot pet him. He might lick you.
Nope.
But you don't want him to lick you.
He might lick you. That's true.
He'll let you pet him if he trusts you. You know.
You have to
Probably
build
lets
trust.
the
with
Gash
Radikar.
pet him. Maybe him and Belladama hang out sometimes, and she
I
pets
like
him.
A.
You like A?
I like A because, yeah, I feel like we would be doing a disservice to the dog tier list if we don't put like a true dog
Mm-hmm.
in the top tier.
Okay. So your true dog being a vampire. will go into A tier. You mean instead of S tier? Okay, I get it.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Because I would rather move the Kindle Flame and just the plain old doggo, the Wilder Core doggo, all the way up to S tier just to prove a point.
So, looking at the options we have left, a lot of these things are expressing the spirit of a dog. So, for instance,
Oh
this
my
fellow
goodness.
here
I love this one.
is
Yes.
probably one of the doggiest non-dogs, right? This is the Labrador, but the Labrador is also COVID-19.
I love this. This is an amazing pick, Michael, because the lore is that these guys just want to come and play with you and have the most fun. They don't realize that they're
Right.
dismembering you while they're doing it. That's amazing. Like that would be like if my dog loved me so much that he like killed me in my sleep. I love the Beast of Nurgle. Kudos to
This has
you
got
for
to be S
thinking.
tier.
Yeah, that's
Like,
probably the best one.
Like, that's so good.
All he wants is to have fun.
All right. Beast and Nurgle. I think I would have to agree. We'll put the Beast and Nurgle as our first
Yes,
S-tier
Yes!
dog.
Okay.
it makes so much sense, dude. It makes so much sense.
Yes, that is in spirit is very much a dog. The other side of spirit of dog would be the more denigrating aspect that you haven't seen in Western culture in a while, but was common, say, if you read the Bible, to call someone a dog would be something more akin to this. There are corners of the West where you would still call someone a dog and put a chain around their neck and have them kneel and grovel, but it's a very specific corner of our culture. So where are we putting this fellow? I don't know his name actually. What's his name?
A homunculus.
The homunculus.
Blissbarb homunculus.
Yes.
It's clearly D tier. Like, I definitely don't want to touch him. He definitely wants to pet us. I'm not interested in that.
He will lick
But
your
he's
hand.
clearly D tier. Like,
And he wants to be in D tier.
It makes me sad that somebody tied his leash and collar to this pole and they were like, you're going to stay here and help us shoot better. That's it. That's all you get to do. And you're on a smaller base for some reason.
Yeah. That's like the weirdest BDSM move is to tie the person to the tree in the backyard.
They're making him wait for something that might happen. And that makes me sad. For all of these reasons, I say D.
Okay. He does bring you treats, which, you know.
If he was wearing like a gimp mask with a little zipper on the front, that would be a little cuter. Then maybe he would be C. But he's got to be D, dude. Because I can't wake up to that face in my face.
Yeah.
every day.
Every time he's got to go to the bathroom. No way, dude.
Okay.
No way.
Let's all right. We're going on to this. Will cleanse the palate a bit. I think. It's a dead dog. We see a lot of these guys. I know that there's some death people that are going to go mad if we don't put these, at least in B tier.
Oh, these guys are great.
I have some feedback for these. They're very cool aesthetically. They're great in game, and their lore is great. They bodyguard Belladama, which is super cool and fun. I absolutely love these models. I have a lot of them. Not the cutest thing, you probably don't want to pet it.
It was cute.
It used to be. You also get a extra pet in that bird that's hanging out with him, so that's something.
Number one.
Yes, I would put points on the crow. Yeah.
I don't think you can put the direwolf, such an amazing model that does so much. I don't think you can put it any lower than B.
My only contention is, as somebody, vampires are such a thematic army. And then there were times in tournaments when you'd be like, oh, I'm going up against a vampire undead army, and you're just basically fighting dogs. And it felt very, like, I don't know, just a bunch of dogs. Which,
yeah,
Yeah.
I took 30. I took 30 to attorney recently, and it was so fun. Well, one unit you summon, but yes, super fun and cool, and I just love everything about them.
All
It's a
right.
personal S for
All right.
me, but I can't sell a dead dog to everybody. Only certain people. So
First in chat says A. He says he's hard to pet, but he's a good doggo who had a bad time.
he does look kind of
I like B.
sad. I like I
I
like
like
I
B.
like A or B.
A
A
or
or
B?
B.
Yeah.
I would say, well, we got a live dog in A. But David, you could sell a dead dog to anybody. I don't know what that says about you.
I think you're putting him in A because I still like. I don't think he's on the same level as Chadakar for sure.
That's true. That's true. You can't put him next to Chadakar. All right. We'll put a dead dog below a live dog. How about that? I think I
That
would
makes
prefer,
perfect logical sense.
personally, a live dog to a dead dog. Unless you're
What's
doing a
next?
weekend. All right, we got baboons.
We got to
Which
start knocking
are
these out.
Oh yeah, we gotta start knocking that out. All right, baboons, the dogs of the monkey world.
This is
I wish
this is a
I,
feck dog.
This is
I wish
specifically, yeah.
I wish that you would have posted the other picture of the one who's throwing it back on the log. Then I would rate it higher. This one,
Just, just
he's showing off that cake, yeah. But since you picked the other model, that screams C to me. It's more bestial than our D tier, but let's be honest.
It depends on how diluted you are, and
I feel that's a good point. Feck definitely puts these as A.
yeah.
I want to put it as a C, but then I want to move up the Griffhound to a B.
Okay, yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Like I want to put it at the same level as the Sneaky Snuffler, and then move the Griffhound up to a B.
Okay. All right, we'll do that. And we're not going to fight over the order right now because we got to move forward to our next S tier. Everybody's S tier. You can't. This is like part of the doctrine of Age of Sigmar right now. Is this guy must be in every S tier anything he's in. Do you guys agree?
He's clearly S tier.
Yes.
S.
Yes.
I am an
Yeah,
Orthodox.
that's a no-brainer.
I'm an Orthodox AoS player. This is the Son of God. He shall go in S tier.
And he fits with the MO of a dog because he needs constant attention. If you don't give him constant attention, he gets mind-splitting headaches in your absence, and then he suffers, and nobody wants him to suffer. So you're always thinking about him while you're at work, bashing weapons.
Yeah.
You have to take him along everywhere.
There's a weird little subtext to the guy going like, well, you hit this dog, it's good for him. Like, but anyway.
It's for his own good. Exactly.
All right.
Love it.
So who's next?
Going on to another squig. So do all squigs belong in S tier, or do some squigs, some squigs not quite there?
So no, this squig does not belong in S tier with Clonk. This guy is clearly D or C tier because he keeps trying to eat his people.
Okay, that's all squigs, but okay.
He goes full ego and just annihilates his entire family, and that's scary.
Yeah, he's constantly trying to run away. He's trying to eat everybody. Like he's currently eating his owner.
Yes. Okay, so
that's a bad dog.
He's like a Maltese. All right, we'll put him in C tier.
I like how the guy inside of his mouth is still trying to look tough. That's interesting because his bravery is probably 4.
Yeah.
So kudos to him.
Chris in chat is so much nicer than we are. He's just misunderstood. But the running away part is bad. E tier.
Yeah. Okay. Moving on. We got to do this one first before we do the other one.
Yeah, you gotta do him first.
Yes. Oh, you guys can see my screen. That's right. All right, we got your Flesh Hounds. So on the Chaos side, this is the poster child. This is the Griffhound for Khorne. This is... Every Khorne player is going to say this is best boy. I'm just going to be annoyed because they're going to give them a blood tithe point when they die. And they're going to murder lust into me and tag my eels for a turn.
Your whole army for a turn. S tier.
Oh my. D tier.
They're amazing. They're amazing. I love that they have the worst and most insignificant shooting attack in the entire game. It's 2 to hit, 4 to wound, no Ren single damage for no reason on one model. If you look at the 40k side of things, it's like, dude, these guys have a fair amount of shooting, but yes, aesthetically, very displeasing to the eyes. A lot of people don't like those gills, the
love
little
him.
gills. I am a big fan of Fleshhounds, though. I've used them to great effect, and they're very easy to paint, very easy on the eyes, with just some red and black. So I love him. I feel like he has to go B. Like
No, he's A or S tier, and chat is all A tier right now.
Yeah,
he's
except
one of the closest things to a dog that's left in this list too. I feel like he's got to go. Yeah, he's got to go up there, dude. You guys have sold me.
I'm at A.
Alright. Now, can I put up a resistance as the order player that has gone against these guys so many times?
Nope.
Oh, alright, fine. I'll put them in S tier.
Chat has spoken.
Okay. I'll just
Much
enjoy.
to Andrew's chagrin, he has to drag that model up into A. It's harder than lifting a 100-pound dumbbell over his head, but he's gonna do it.
Did we say A? Okay.
A tier.
A
Yeah.
tier.
Does
All
that
right,
make you
so
feel better? Okay.
That does make me feel a little bit better.
I'm glad you feel better.
Yeah, he's no Beast of Chaos, and he's no Clonk, but
do
he's
like-
definitely up there.
I do like throwing sharks at them. Next up, we got... I'm thinking of Venture Brothers when I see this guy. What's his face? What's his 3 faces?
Haven't
Car-
watched enough Venture
Karanak.
Brothers, dude.
Karanak? Karanak.
Well, this is
Yeah.
S tier. If the other one is A tier, he has 3 heads, dude, and he can summon more dogs. If you take him home, you get 6 dogs instead of 1. He might kill you.
Yeah, that
though,
we can get
so he
6
tell
dogs.
his story.
Funny enough, I wanted to put him at B.
Yeah. Is it his model? His model's kind of... That's my
I've
feeling.
bought and sold him 3 times, and I finally held on to the 4th one. So he's been in my life for a long time.
Mhm.
He's aggressively mid on the table. Like, a Fleshhound is legitimately good and shows up in a lot of lists. This guy is just...
Mhm.
I think he's cool. He's the only 3-headed dog on this list.
It's true. It's true. It's true.
All right, Andrew, now's your chance for vengeance. Where's he going?
I'm gonna put between the 2.
No.
We're breaking rules here. You never seen a tier list do something like that. All right, we'll go to
It
my...
looks like chat wants B.
Chat wants B. Okay.
I like B. Andrew, when you go to a restaurant and order a steak, do you order it medium, rare?
What?
What?
No, in between both, not quite
Oh, yeah,
medium, not
yeah,
quite
yeah.
medium rare.
I
Just-
would say medium rare because I don't want it to be rare, but I would probably do medium rare instead of medium rare. It'd be this.
I don't understand.
The only correct way to order a
I feel
steak
like
is rare. But moving on.
All right, moving on to my favorite boy, but he's part of another traumatizing unit for other players. But my favorite boy, the Griff, Gargoylian mascot.
Boiling.
Yeah,
Amazing.
which
This guy is amazing in every way. His
I-
his collar is an upside down crown from probably somebody he ate.
yeah,
I
I
love
love this
this
model so much because he references like those medieval. There's a specific name for the thing, like the specific pose. Everything about him just says medieval heraldry come to life. And I love the idea of the gargoylians. I don't. This is the official lore, but my idea in my head is that they were actual gargoyles that Alariel's Rite of Life just brought to life. They symbolize order, but also in such a way that, but they're also alive. I love it. I would want to put him in
tier.
S tier.
I want him in S. Yeah.
Yes. That's a no-brainer, dude, in my opinion. It's just so cool. Like,
yeah.
Not his fault that he's part of the command corps. He's just of his owner, which one of them that is.
Yes.
Love this guy.
I agree. All right, he's going in S. He's the best boy, and he always dies first. Yes, although sometimes the other guy dies first, the soul guy, because this guy fights a little better. S is
Soul
good.
guy.
Soul guy, the soul shepherd, the shepherd. Okay, now we're getting in. This is another abstract one, but I'm just gonna go forward here. So, Michael, what were you thinking specifically? Is it his face? His dog-like features? The fact that he's a companion for a whole army of Stormcast?
He is Sigmar's very best boy. He's got the collar to prove it. He's in a very dog-like pose, and he has full of dog-like features. I don't see how this is not an S tier doggo right here.
So you're saying that like the king of drakes is Sigmar's pet?
I think they have a tumultuous pact more than he's Sigmar's little dog. We would have to see.
It's a big dog.
It's a very big dog.
He's wearing a collar,
great name.
guys.
Yeah.
He's wearing
How many of these animals are wearing collars?
Michael, the homunculus was wearing a collar too.
That's why he made the list.
It's not just a collar, it is a collar imbued with magical energy. The Regalia Fomentaris. I like
chat.
this
I'm gonna need
idea.
some help here.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say A or B too. I mean, Krondus is never going to be an S tier for me because his smug freaking face. For anything. Like, he could be the best guy, but that little, like, yeah.
Yeah, I cast on you, but I'm terrible at unbinding.
Oh, he does look very wizardy,
All right, what? Okay, so what else is on A tier?
So A tier is the Flesh Hounds, Radikar. Radikar is also... Yep. I would put him in A tier, but again, I would contend...
He's as good as a Flesh Hound? Oh my gosh.
I would contend... I'll put him above a Flesh Hound. But I would contend...
I mean, he wrecks a Flesh Hound every day, right?
Yes. Except when the Flesh Hound unbinds his spell.
Oh, I didn't realize we were
500 points of Flesh Hounds.
So, are you saying that the tier list is also left and right?
Well,
because then we got to put Kronk.
Oh, that's true.
You got to put Kronk above the Beast of Chaos.
And Beast
I don't know, dude. He just wants to have fun, man. I don't know if you can do that. That feels wrong.
Canonically,
dude.
I think we have to.
Yeah, it's again we're orthodox here. We're not some sort of weird Arminian Age of Sigmar, right?
Shout out to all of our Arminian fans.
Not Armenian, like the Ostrogoths and the Goths in late antiquity. All right, what's
next?
All right, we got a couple dogs here. Oops. Belladonna and her puppies. I feel like she should be right above the homunculus, kind of stepping on him.
So even though Bella D is really good, we're actually rating her 2 dogs right
Mhm.
now.
That's true.
So
Yes.
we're not
These
rating Bella D.
these are very doggy
And
dogs.
they're dire wolves before they died.
Yes, they are live dire wolves. They don't look very
These are things
friendly.
to consider.
They're kind of gaunt. She doesn't feed her dogs well. I just realized that. And you would expect something that served an undead vampire to eat well. Hmm. It just tells me things about Belladonna.
No.
What do you think, David?
C tier.
C tier? I would say.
C, I feel that C is appropriate. I think that the direwolf as a sculpt and as a utility piece and aesthetically are much more pleasing than this model specifically. This model is very
This looks like Balto.
thematic in
Yeah,
its
yeah,
own way, but I am not a huge fan of the sculpt, and I think that an undead dog is way cooler than a wolf that's still alive that
yeah.
she's riding.
This looks
I
like
say
an
C.
anime wolf. That's what I think. Um, yes, we'll do C, and then we'll move the homunculus to where he wants to be, right there, under her feet.
Perfect.
All right, so now we got yet another fleshhound. Where does this fleshhound rank in the fleshhound flesh rankings?
So, and again, we're not ranking Cole. We're ranking his doggo Gristlemaw, right?
Grizzlemaw, yeah.
Grizzlemaw. It does look grisly. Hmm.
I put
I
it higher than Karanak, lower than a Fleshhound.
Okay.
I think
Okay.
that this is an iconic model. I think that he is like one of the original companions, much like the Griffhound that accompanies Stormcast Heroes. Whether you like this model or not, it has kind of helped to define the universe that we play in. I think it's an old model, but it brings back lots of good memories for me,
Hmm.
and for that reason, I believe that it is a B at the very least.
I think I'm the last person to make this connection. I didn't realize that it was, the same. Just a mini
Well,
version.
they're exactly the same.
They're exactly
You are
the
correct.
same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, and he's got the bulldoggy expression too. Yeah, yeah.
I love both of those.
Yes. So we're
Wait, chat brings up a good point.
what's
Does the
this?
doggo allow you to insta kill a god model?
This one?
Neither
No,
one of them.
Cole.
Cole?
It's a demonic weapon.
It's a demonic weapon.
Yeah, it is a there's a demon that
Okay,
lives
the axe.
inside the axe. That's
Oh.
what
Got it.
splits reality and insta
Mm-hmm.
jibs things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. The
Got it.
dog just
I
watches you do
misunderstood chat.
it. Mm-hmm. Okay. We'll
Okay,
go
so above Karanak then.
above Karanak in B
Yep.
tier. Above a Griffhound or below a Griffhound?
Above that Griffhound.
Above that Griffhound. Okay.
Yeah. You can put that Wilder Core Hunter right next to him.
I I like that model. That is not the prettiest or bestest dog I've ever seen, but it definitely is serving a purpose. It's picking up scents and helping to run up the board and scout and destroy things whilst
Yeah.
hiding in cover and shooting fairly good attacks as well. I like
Yes.
I like this. Um,
Yeah. I
I
like that they tried to make them like intimidating. And it
yeah,
does kind of
but
bring up that fear. Anyway, go ahead.
oh no, that's all I had.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
I just like to make
list is
sounds so you think I'm about to talk.
looking legit.
Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
All right, who's next?
All right, who's next? We got. I was just arranging them perfectly. Now I've lost track of. There we go. We got our Griffhound. Now we're at another Wolf. How is this? So this is another basic wolf. But is this basic wolf better than the other basic wolf?
A basic wolf is 10 times better than Belladamma's. Those are the sickest models that you never see on the board right there. I absolutely love them so much. There, look at that. Look at it.
They are. Yeah, they're pretty great.
Belladamma rules those wolves with fear. This wolf is like,
We're buddies.
I will lend you a ride so you can go die valiantly. Love it.
Yeah. This is the German
models.
skiing team in every ski movie, and this is Will Ferrell. That's what I would say. So are we
A tier
thinking
for
A
the
tier?
Snarlfang?
That's A tier.
I like it. Yeah.
Yes, and that is a good shout because people do not think about this guy, which is kind of sad, and I think also kind of demonstrates how much rules go into how many things people buy because you just never see him anywhere. I don't know who has him.
Well, what I like about this model too is it's more of a dog taking a Gitz into battle than a Gitz taking a dog into battle.
Absolutely.
Like,
Yeah.
He might not
the
even
dog
know
is
that
definitely the main model.
he might not even know that the Grot is on top of him, honestly. Like,
No.
he might just be just doing his thing, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Are we on the last one?
Last one, and this is I think an automatic D tier for me. It's a stupid Lumineth.
Whoa.
No. This is a fox. Once again, foxes are not dogs.
Yes. I also say D tier because that is probably the most annoying model to play against in the game. Top 5. Top 5.
Top 5.
Beautiful model.
So I'm feeling a lot of like trauma and maybe some xenophobia. But if a beast of chaos is a dog, a fox is definitely in the same category as dogs.
No. I can't dig it. It's a beautiful model, though. If we were doing best fox tier list, we could probably do that. We could probably do that next time.
There's like 3 foxes. This guy, the 2 foxes with the gnome team in Blood Bowl, and the other guy.
Fastest tier list ever.
Fastest tier list ever. And it would definitely go to the foxes from Blood Bowl. Because they're one of them's holding a ball, and that's just really cute.
Now,
like, some people in chat feel very attacked for your guys' elf hatred right now. Fox hatred.
hey, it's not an elf, it's a fox. And it's an amazing model. Keep running it as your general. It's very good. It has very solid tactical rules. And it's an amazing model,
Okay.
but it is not.
We need to
best
make a
of.
decision though. Is he C or D tier? I think D tier is completely inappropriate.
Is that because you like Lumineth Realm Lords, or because it doesn't really fit in this tier list?
I think because what we have on D tier list is a baby manticore and a homunculus.
It's just, you know, that would shatter his ego if you put him next to the homunculus. So for that reason, I think that he should go into the D tier.
Jared is definitely calling us when this stream is over.
Hey, Jared. Right there.
If it was covered in silver primer from Home Depot, then it would go in S tier. But since it isn't, it's. What do you think? How does that sit with you, Michael? Is that okay, or?
I instantly regret having done the dog tier list. It all backfired.
It's all in good fun. It's all in good fun.
Just to
The
give
thing
you an
about
idea
this that's so fun is it's very objective. Very, very objective.
What have you got there?
Special mention?
This is just to give you an idea of the other fox that he's contending with. Because, like, I don't think he's even top fox. This guy right here in Blood Bowl. I mean, it is a different game.
Make it bigger.
Okay, he has a football in his mouth. Is that what that is?
That is a football in his mouth.
It's hard for me to figure that out. That is a interesting model. Are you sure that's not like something like a nutria or something? That's a fox?
Yep, it's a fox. Let me just grab another image. Here's another. There's two foxes on their team.
Oh, they're cool.
Yeah.
That's a badger though, the other one, right?
They
You got a
they got a badger, a
goose.
goose, and and two foxes.
I love this.
Yeah.
I love all of
Abe, I
those
wanna play-
models.
I want to play Blood Bowl.
Look at that little face.
Well, I was playing Blood Bowl online in leagues for a couple years. It's very fun.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I do love this fox. Yep,
Yeah.
that's pretty great.
I'm just
But it has no business on this list.
because he's not a dog, unlike the goat cat.
Or the dragon.
I'm just gonna throw him in this corner over here, just while we're like,
That's definitely S tier. He's just realizing that is a way better companion / best doggo than Severith.
All right.
All
Last
right.
chance before we finish it. Is this it? Is there any more moves that you guys like have to make, want to make before we call this the definitive dog tier list for Age of Sigmar?
Definitive, yes. I just gotta rearrange these because it's annoying me that they're not like up against each other. There we go. There we go.
Thank you so much. OCD. Nailed it.
There we go.
Look at that.
Cool.
Okay, now everybody in chat also rate Andrew's amazing tier list building prowess. From D to S. How did he do with the tier list today?
I kind of feel like I'm ready to move the Kindle Flame into S tier.
Think so? Bottom of S?
Yeah.
What do you think, David?
Chris says that you did an S job, so superb. I love that model. I loved it the second I saw it. It's so cool. I think it's a little derpy aesthetically. I feel like it could be a little better, but it's so cool, dude. Like it just screams like flavor. And look at the other things that are up there. They scream flavor.
That's true.
Yes.
The Beast
and
of
then
Nurgle.
I would like to put Fleshhounds above Radikar.
Fleshhounds above Radukar.
Yeah. Yep.
And then we got a wolf above Krondus, for sure.
Yes.
Wolf above Radikar?
Chat, we need help on that one. Does the wolf go above Radikar? I mean, his name is actually Chadikar, so like he's pretty great on this list.
That's true.
I think that looks so good right there. Just put, you make a SS tier and just go ahead and
SS tier? That's not a good tier.
Yeah, an SS tier. It's the best tier. Make a Nazi joke? Cut the stream. The only thing that bothers me is Direwolves in B, but that is a personal preference. I'm happy with this. I think we can lock down this amazing and most important tier list that anybody's ever seen.
All right, I'll do this really quick. I'll just swap these guys out. That should do it.
How heavy our tier list is to the top.
I mean, yeah, I was expecting it to be like all S tier, and then like it got pretty brutal. Cause like they're dogs, you know. except for Jared Leto. Like,
so, Krondus got jumped down because even though he's dog-like, he is not a dog.
Correct. Yes. Yeah. Like.
Okay. I'm fine with that.
Yeah. He's not. It's not a king of dragon. Yeah. Yeah. It's just. Yeah. He's good. He's just less dog.
All right, guys. You saw it here. This is it. This is the definitive one. We have a couple more things I want to do. We want to go into our community highlights, but we're running long, so let's do our community highlights. so that we can wrap this show up.
Wow. Yeah. I was like,
Man,
do we have enough?
That was way harder than we thought
That
it would
was
be.
yeah. Let's
That
do
was-
like
that
That was hard, man.
let's do an army breakdown next time, guys. Like something
Oh my
easier.
gosh, no.
Let me see. Oh, hey,
that
do
was
have a.
so much fun, though. Oh, you find your cat?
I did find my cat. I'm gonna put my cat
Oh,
in here.
look.
See, can you see my cat? There he is. On a
Yeah.
That's
One
my
day
cat.
I will not be so selfish and I'll post some pictures of all of my animals. I have many animals.
So on the
in
dog
the-
tier list, this is on the bottom.
My cat.
This is the cat.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to here we go. So we're going to our community highlights and starting with boop.
Unleash the highlights.
Starting with these pretty amazing prosecutors. Pretty damn.
Those are being by
Oh,
Chris.
Chris.
I am gonna miss this aesthetic, and he really brings it out. I like this. It is derpy. Like the first edition Stormcast are pretty derpy, but there is that like Art Deco. It's like order manifested into magic and like a demon of order sort of thing, where everything's just angles and like Art Deco sort of like 1930s kind of feel. And this really highlights the best parts of that.
Oh, Chris, those are amazing. Well done. I cannot wait to run old prosecutors and just bend people's brains for the next 6 months after the edition drops. I'm going to be like, it's all prosecutors, but half of them are heroes of old. Look at that shading. Oh my goodness. I like what you did with the wings. Good highlights on top of that Screamer pink there. That's well done. Well done.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Next up is Scar with this warrior chosen of Nurgle. Chosen of Nurgle.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yeah, he did a really good job on the highlights. The shading's really good. The color is great. And then a lot of people talked about how nice the drum looked, and he said that that's exactly how he planned it.
Awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't an accident at all. Turned out great.
I like the armor plating. I like that he built it up with some layering, so it has kind of like not really a glowy effect, but it just really pops versus you see a lot of Nurgle that's like dark and dingy. He still has achieved that look, but it looks so sharp at the same time. He did amazing work with layering, especially on the head and the mask. That layering where the light would hit is very well done. I love that model. Great job. Really good.
Miss this little piece of flash here. No,
Whoa.
oh yeah. No, I love it.
Whoa. It's a work in progress, man.
No,
I think I have flash on every model I've ever built. I don't
know,
even know
same.
how to use an X-Acto knife.
Yeah, just
Flip it
taking
out
advantage.
and glue it together. The only time I cut off the flashing is if it's on the mold line and it has to go so I can push it together.
Yeah, I love it. I love the it brings out that 80s, the OG like chaos 80s kind of aesthetic. Like you can see this kind of Saturday morning cartoon, but a scarier one.
It's so good.
It's so nice. Yeah, so pretty. And it pops on the tabletop, which is always the big thing. You can have a lot of really nice detailed stuff that doesn't pop on the tabletop. This one will.
Yeah, and he added red to green and did not make it look Christmassy, so I'm proud of him for that.
That is true. That is true.
Because that can happen sometimes. I'm always nervous to use red and green on the same model.
Complementary colors that nobody ever uses. And then coming up, Legion of the Bland. Oh, God, Lord. Yes.
Dude. Legion, so there's going to be a couple photos for this. Legion made this highly converted army and then spent so much time painting it. You can see all of the tattoos that he painted. Just the transitions of colors are really nice. The highlighting's great. Like, besides it being like an amazing kit bash, it's also like really good technical skills that he used here for painting. So like everything. Like, this thing is going to go on to win Best Painted Army at every tournament it goes to.
Yeah. I love this.
It's very well done. Yes.
Yeah, these remind me of those salt lamps. The those really pretty.
Yeah, it relaxes you before it crushes you with its giant horns.
Yes, I can feel the positive
Well, and
ions coming off of it.
let's look at the next one because they just keep look at this guy.
Rhinox head, Iron
Oh,
Blaster Kit Bash. That is so amazing. That
Yeah,
little lookout
cool.
grot chilling.
yeah.
Beautiful.
I just love how it's like. I love armies where you're like, what am I looking at? But in like the best way possible. Where
This guy gives me Rocksteady vibes from Ninja Turtles.
mm.
I like how he made good
And
use of
wait,
the giant severed tongue and the rack of ribs on there. Those are little pieces that come in the Stonehorn kit that I've always wanted to use, but then I'm like, I don't want to paint more things, so I don't. But look at how cool that looks.
Hmm.
Love
yeah,
it. Undertusk. You use so many different kits here, dude. I absolutely love that. Really, really well done.
And like just the you could feel this you could feel the texture here, like this trampled muddy grass, and there's ice, but oh, I didn't notice this detail. The ice is falling behind them, right? The Everwinter is behind, follows the ogres. So over here, everything's nice and clear and springy, and then behind them you have the ice
oh wow,
following.
that's so
It's
clever. I didn't
literally
notice that
coming
either.
off of him. That's insane. That's amazing. And then here's his dude. These guys are insane. Like what? Like the ogres are some of the like they're like classic, but they're kind of derpy models at this point. But like he uses these models as the base of these conversions, and they come out so good.
Look,
Yeah,
he made a custom gut plate on that model and put all the sigils on it and everything. Just really, really cool.
Yeah. Jeez Louise. It's like when my friend said when I was racing him in middle school, and he said, "No fair, you went faster than me." I'm like, "No fair, this is better than me." Like using the, it's so good. It's just everything's, yeah,
everything's good.
taking the torso, sticking it on the front, and then using the face at the top here. It's just crazy.
I'm always just blown away by people's creativity in this hobby because I'm like a paint inside the lines type of person. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when I paint something, it's like a 3D coloring book for me. I'm like fill in all the gaps and color inside the lines, and I don't like have the brain to put something together that's as beautiful as this. So it's just so cool to see the different kind of things that people do. This is
Mm-hmm.
very, very creative.
And I just lost camera. I'm putting it back in. One thing too. So like there we go. There we go. One thing too is with this whole like, it's like not gimmick, but like the thing with this here, the Everwinter following them. One thing that annoys me about Idoneth bases is that people like to put them on the beach where everybody has a wave behind them, which implies that they're all lined up right on the wave. But this makes sense because the snow is coming off of these guys. They are producing it in a way, as well as it following them. It's a curse on them, so that it actually makes narrative sense, which is I love good narrative sense.
The curse of the Everwinter.
Yeah, yeah. Like I
You
don't like.
slip and fall
Yeah,
before you get trampled.
exactly. Okay, and then we got a really brilliant spider. I used to have spiders like these in front of my house. Um, they're not pleasant. They're very docile. This one doesn't look docile, but um, the
Low key, some of my favorite models. I
yeah,
love them. I know they're old, and the sculpt shows that it's old, but they're just so classic, and I love them.
mm-hmm.
And they look so cool on the tabletop. Michael painted like 8 of these or 10 of these. They're sitting in a box. They're
Yeah,
amazing. Really, really cool models. I just like the whole idea
yeah. The
of them.
bands. I feel like the bands really emphasize the thorax in a way that just brings out the spideriness of it all, which is the most awful thing to do to people that are playing against your Gits army. But it just works very
It's
effectively.
quite venomous,
Yeah,
and I like that.
yeah. Well, that is it for the community highlights from the hobby side. I think we have a few other things on the agenda, but I think we're well over time.
All over time. So We'll have to swing back to memes next week, so we apologize for that.
That just means we'll have more memes, man. It'll fill in the tier list
We'll do a meme tier list.
segment, which was so good. That was so fun.
Yeah. And then, meanwhile, what to look forward to in the next couple weeks? David, what's coming up on the regular channel?
So on the regular channel, we have a community report coming out from Rage Baby Studio in Idaho. They're cleaning it up, and it'll come out next week. This week, we're going to be featuring Matt Melendez and Michael playing Seraphon versus Daughters of Cain. Very interesting and fun game. I just finished editing it, and it is a really fun, engaging battle. I hope that you guys will get to check it out and enjoy it. And then we just, playing with some of the stuff that we think is still interesting when we're all waiting for the new edition to drop, and then just doing some other stuff behind the scenes, like getting this Twitch channel going, and just doing a lot of hobbying, preparing, and planning for the next edition. So a lot of fun stuff on the way, as always.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then Michael, you got coming up on the stream. We should have some hobby streams coming in. Do you have specific times for those, or will those be like whenever you're gonna be doing it?
So both. So my plan is to do every week. I'll schedule at least one. That'll be a scheduled event. But that scheduled event is gonna like change a day every single week. So like we'll know at the beginning of the week when it's gonna be, but since my days rotate, we're gonna have to rotate those days. But Wednesday morning, I'll be up at 6 a.m. and I'll probably be live by 8 a.m.
Awesome.
Because that's what I'm going to be doing Wednesday mornings. I'll be in here painting.
Yeah, so Lorna can join you.
Yep.
Yeah.
We can hang out, paint this one terrible little Corsair that we worked on the test stream.
That was great. Yeah.
That's it for me.
Yep. And then, yeah, we got next Monday. We're going to be right back at here again. I'll be down in Southern California, so either I won't be on or I will be on a different computer. And yeah, that's most of what's coming up. Anything else to cover? I think that's it.
That is it, Andrew. So all we need to do is say thank you so much to everyone for joining us for our second show, which we maybe should have started off a little bit slower because I don't know how we're going to top a dog tier list. So much fun. It was awesome having everybody hanging out in chat and talking with us. Can't wait to hang out again next Monday.
All right. Cheers, everybody. Thanks for joining. Yeah, cat tier list would be a good one to do next.
See you next time, guys.
All right. Take care, everybody.